Hey, Richard Knudsen here again, and this is a re-record of a session I gave at the June meeting of the Dynamics CRM user group on internet marketing and Dynamics CRM. So if what you want to learn about is how to harness the power of the internet to your marketing efforts, and in particular to integrate that into your overall Dynamics CRM marketing efforts, then this is probably a presentation you will be interested in. Here's the agenda. I'll start by talking about the marketing feature set in what I term the classic Dynamics CRM implementation of that. And then we will extend that and see what the possibilities are if we could integrate internet marketing into our Dynamics CRM marketing, and what some of the gaps are in that classic Dynamics CRM marketing feature set. I'll show you in separate presentations, demonstrations actually, of two specific implementations of this. The Dynamics CRM Online, that's the hosted product from Microsoft, has a very interesting and some pretty exciting new features that let you accomplish this. And then there's an add-on tool, a tool called Web to CRM that I like from CRM Innovation. That's a tool that lets you get a lot of these features implemented in the Dynamics CRM on-premise. So if you're not using the CRM Online product, that might be a good one for you. So let me start by talking about what I mean by the Dynamics CRM Marketing Classic feature set. First of all, when I say that, I'm referring to the marketing features found in the Dynamics CRM 4.0 on-premise implementation. And as you'll see, this is really a subset now of what we're capable of doing in the Dynamics CRM Online product. I want to be clear about that distinction. It's important for a lot of people. And in this feature set, the marketing campaign is really the central entity that we use. We traditionally execute outbound campaigns. We have marketing lists that we can associate with those campaigns, and they can consist of accounts, contacts, and leads. And as we're building and planning these campaigns, they have campaign activities. These are really the customer touching activities, or at least the potentially customer touch points that we have: emails, phone calls, faxes, letters. Now, we execute a campaign by distributing those campaign activities. So emails get sent, phone calls are assigned to the sales team and presumably get made, faxes might get faxed, letters could get sent. And if we are fortunate and structure our campaign correctly, we'll get campaign responses. Now, campaign responses are important, and they can be created automatically. For example, if someone directly replies to a campaign email, they can also be created manually. They are one of the 8 activity types that you can simply create manually in Dynamics CRM. You can also convert other records to them. So I can take a phone call and convert that to a campaign response record. Now, campaign responses are important because they can in turn be converted to opportunities, and opportunities, as you know, can turn into a sale. So that's why I think of the campaign response record as the link between marketing and sales in Dynamics CRM. So it's this special activity that will let me tie back to marketing activities closed sale. So I can really tie back sales to the efforts of the marketing team. Now, what's the gap that I refer to in the classic CRM marketing? Campaign response records are traditionally relatively difficult to create, especially automatically. And in fact, in this feature set, direct replies to campaign activity emails are really the only way that you can get automatic campaign responses. If I want to integrate the internet into my overall marketing efforts, I really need something like internet lead capture that would give me the ability to drive traffic to really any landing page that I can create on my website, external to CRM now. I want a visitor to submit a form, and I want a lead record created in Dynamics CRM, and I don't want to have to rely on a lot of .NET programming and things like that sales and marketing managers traditionally don't have the skill set to implement. So the key is to really make this easy and accessible to the people that would create the marketing campaigns. We had internet lead capture. Then in addition to being able to create a campaign response from a reply to a campaign email, we'd have much more general purpose form of marketing. Basically anything out there on the internet, let's say an internet ad, might drive traffic to a landing page. The different scenarios that we'd be able to support here, the traditional internet marketing scenarios, there's the pay-per-click model with search words, banner ads, persistent ads on other websites. There's, of course, email marketing, I suppose you'd include in this internet marketing feature set, and generally any inbound link. If I could support that, There's a lot more interesting scenarios now with the so-called Web 2.0, social networking, sites like that. So blogs and podcasts, maybe microblogs like Twitter, social networking sites like LinkedIn, Facebook, MySpace, videos on YouTube, slideshows, slideshare.net. If you think about these, they're all potentially good drivers of traffic, but how can we make them part of our overall marketing strategy? How do we integrate them into our dynamic CRM marketing efforts, and how do we measure their effectiveness? That's really the question that I want to address. And that's what something like this would give us the ability to do. So if I had a general purpose internet lead capture capability, I could really drive traffic to a landing page from any site out there, from Google AdWords all the way to an important link from my mom's website, everything in between, and be able to capture the information that the visitor on the landing page enters, maybe create a campaign response, and really tie that ultimate opportunity that perhaps gets created from the campaign response back to not just the landing page, but the specific site that the visitor came from, the campaign that it was part of. That's really what this would give us the ability to do. So the landing page is really an important piece of this, and now I'll talk about a couple of specific implementations of that. So I mentioned that Dynamics CRM Online now has landing pages out of the box, and I'm going to show you this in some detail. This is hosted by Microsoft, and I can also generate a little chunk of code. If I'm a little bit more do-it-yourself-ish, I can put that in behind the HTML of a page I host myself. Again, no code required there. Now, for Dynamics CRM on-premise, we still need something a little bit extra. We either have to implement that in the form of server-side code or these third-party add-ons, of which I will show you one. So let's compare these two approaches. I'll go sort of feature by feature through the two approaches that I'll show you in the demonstrations. That will be CRM Online and the Web to CRM tool. And I'll talk about some of the distinctions and differences between these. First of all, is it included out of the box? Well, the CRM Online tool is, but you do have to be a CRM Online user. Web to CRM is an add-on product, and you can subscribe to it for $495. Okay, which entity do we work with? Well, in CRM Online, it is restricted to a so-called internet lead, and ultimately users or visitors filling in these forms will create a lead record for us. Web to CRM, in this sense, is a little bit more flexible because I can really create a form for any entity in my dynamic CRM organization that I'm pointing to, and I'll show you that in the demonstration. How many forms can I have? With CRM Online, I can create as many forms as I want, but in Web to CRM, I only get one published form per entity. Can I use the tool directly to create thank you pages? CRM Online I can. Web to CRM, you really are restricted just to the form that a user is going to fill in, so I can't create just a generic page with that tool. Can I integrate it directly and automatically into marketing campaigns? CRM Online, that feature is available out of the box. Web to CRM, it's manual. I can do it with workflows, which I'll show you, but it does take a little bit more work to do that. How about lead staging? Some people will refer to lead staging as a way to separate the wheat from the chaff when it comes to these leads. If you've ever done much of this, you'll quickly realize that you'll get a lot of spam and a lot of records created from a form on the web that really aren't the type of thing you want to import into your CRM. And in the CRM Online implementation, that's what the internet lead entity gives me the ability to do. So I have this intermediate area. Something comes in as an internet lead, and before I import it as a real lead, I have the ability to go through and delete the ones I don't want. Web to CRM takes a different approach, and it implements this, what people refer to as a CAPTCHA feature. So it gives you the ability to require that user actually look at the form and makes it difficult for a machine or a bot application to fill out that form. You'll see that in the demonstration. Can I create snippets? If I do want to take it a little bit further and manually create a form, have more control over the look of the form, can I simply create a little bit of code with these tools that I can then copy to the clipboard and paste behind the HTML of my page? And yes, both of these tools let you do it. So what I'll do the demonstrations now is show you how each of these tools work, and we'll talk about how we can integrate internet marketing into our dynamic CRM marketing efforts.